All right, so today's episode is inspired by a How to Rap coaching client who asks, should I post the same thing on every site every day, or should I be planning to mix each one up? All right, so the most important overarching concept that's going to define all of this is, what is the individual social media platform that in the short term you'd like to see the most growth in, the most expansion of fans, the most visibility for your brand? When you've decided that, you've got a hub, you've got a flagship product, so to speak, where you're going to focus your most attention on, you're going to try to get the most engagement, and you're going to do the most mixing up and the most variety when it comes to the content you're posting on a day-to-day basis. From there, you can allow yourself to do a little bit of overlap in your number 2, number 3, number 4 social media platforms that are priorities but not as much. The thinking behind this is you want to pick a horse early on in your career. You want to find a social media platform that speaks the most to you, speaks the most to your fans, and then trickle out from there. Perfect example being, I'm a YouTuber. I have a business that behind all that, but the biggest, largest swath of people that are aware of how to rap, that engage how to rap, are here on YouTube, and then people funnel down into my Instagram, into my Facebook, into my Twitter. Same for you as an artist. I want you to find an individual social media platform that you're going to start from. You're going to pick a horse, your flagship product, and then trickle out from there. Now, in the beginning of 2018, in my humble opinion, the best social media platforms to start with would be the Instagrams, Facebooks, and the YouTubes of the world. Now, it's very common for people to say, well, what about SoundCloud? That's the independent artist platform. That's pretty damn big, of course. The reason I don't mention that on the list as quickly is because it's not a platform that's necessarily designed for new eyes, cold traffic. People that have never ever heard of you are going to quickly click that. People, your average fan, your average person going about their day on social media, much more quick to investigate a new brand, a new social media promotion on an Instagram, on a Facebook, and on a YouTube. In any case, those are good places to start. And whatever your number 1 chosen individual social media platform is, I want you to mix it up every day. I want you to be super creative, and then allow overlap in your number 2, number 3, and number 4 chosen social media platforms as far as your personal ranking. Now, what are the most common forms of overlap across social media platforms that you can use that are proven not to scare away fans, that you can start doing now and feel pretty good that it'll be okay when promoting your music? Number 1, Snap Stories downloaded and posted as IG stories. I found that this is something that doesn't scare away a lot of fans on Instagram. They know that it's a Snap story. They know that you're repurposing it. But since they're very similar and they're kind of competing brands doing the same thing, I found that most people are totally okay with that. I know for a fact that Gary Vee, Ty Lopez, some pretty big social media names do this. And you can feel free to experiment with that and save yourself a lot of time shooting a Snap story, then reshooting an Instagram story with the same content. I'd say save yourself time and just repurpose those overlap. Number 2, re-embedding YouTube videos into Facebook. Again, kind of similar to repurposing Snap stories into IG. People might be aware that they're the same type of content, but Facebook is much more forgiving as far as the algorithm, as far as putting your video in front of eyes, if you just really embed the video into it directly rather than just posting a YouTube link. So I would suggest also using that for overlap. And number 3, tweets reposted as IG pics. So the idea here is you post a tweet, you screenshot it, you delete any of the background, making it look like a tweet so it's just nice, clean, and pretty, and then you post it as an individual IG post. Because tweets are so short, people are more likely to read the actual content. As well, it's just a great subtle way to show that you have a Twitter. You might get some new followers, some of that trickle down overlap fan base. Now they know you have a Twitter and they'll go to it. Now to finish it off, let's talk a little bit about repurposing successful content. Unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of up and coming artists, when they get that successful tweet, when they get that IG post that's getting tons of comments, tons of likes, that video that's getting a lot of shares, they're not saving that and repurposing that, rewriting that into an individual platform, maybe in another format, but repurposing the successful tweets. That's a winning offer. The successful IGs, that's an indication that that content, that idea is resonating with a large audience. So you should be pushing that out across all of your social media platforms. Now, does that mean that you're going to post the exact same content? Like if you have a YouTube video that's successful, that you're just literally going to cut out a 1-minute clip of it and post it on Instagram and assume it's going to be successful? Not necessarily. What it means is that the main emotional thrust of that content is successful. So if you have a really successful tweet, you can do the IG repurposing. If you have an IG video, the IG story video or Snap story that's really successful, you can link them all together, put them into a nice organized video, and then post that on your YouTube. If you have a long form post on Facebook that gets a lot of likes and comments, you can make that a caption on your IG with a really nice picture. Point is if you get a successful post in an individual social media platform, feel free to repurpose it, just being aware that each individual platform has its individual quirks and things that make it great. So take your Facebook post that's just words and put it at the bottom of a really successful IG picture, or take your IG story or your Snap story and put it together and make it a really nice, compelling YouTube video. If you do all this, you find your flagship social media platform and prioritize that, and then allow overlap in other sections. If you overlap using very common successful overlap things like what we talked about, and if you make sure that you're always reprioritizing that really successful winning offer of a post across all your social media platforms, you will see a massive increase in your comments, your likes, your engagement, and you'll know that you're growing. You'll prove to yourself that you're able to create a variety of content while still not burning yourself out by always trying to post new stuff every single day, which is what gets people burned out on social media. Now, if you're wondering what is the best things to post that are gonna get the most fans engaged, how do I always have on deck ideas about what to post about, I'm gonna suggest that you sign up for our free training where I'm gonna discuss very quickly in under 10 minutes how to come up with an infinite amount of posts that are guaranteed to get fans engaged, liking, commenting all of your videos, and making a nice variety, a mix-up of social media content. So that's the link in the video description box below. That's the first link you'll see. It's a free training, totally just great information there, so go sign up for that. But regardless, hopefully this video helps. I'll see you tomorrow on the next social media video. It's the big homie Drew. I'm out.